All right, what's going on, everybody? So I'm delighted to hear this story, and it's all good that this group is looking for change, and perhaps there'll be some changes. But then again, the mission or the objective cannot be lost in translation. Over the years, I've seen this happen too many times. Particularly now, I think that we have these different outlets with the BLM movement. Okay, that certain things have to be instilled was more important and then work our way downwards, but the message has to be something that has to be stuck to and not like either lost in translation or disseminated. I know I don't want to keep saying the same thing over and over again, so let me get to the point of what I need to get to. So I've heard about this group, this Tennessee Three, and they kind of remind me of the like Martin Luther King and them that clique right there. What's it? Justin Jones, all right, Justin Pearson, all right, that old Al Green, doggone Arthur Ashe looking dude, okay, with a Dr. J. Fro, and then this Gloria Johnson, okay, which are three brilliant black members of the Tennessee Congress out there in Tennessee. Now, they made national news for doing a peaceful protest, and they were expelled from uh, I don't know, from the Tennessee Congress, and my alarm's going off. No, my phone is going off. I'm gonna decline that. Sorry about that. All right. Every time I make a video, I get interrupted by something like that. But anyway, man, that messed up my flow. So, okay, for peaceful protest. Now, let me say this: I'm not going to take sides, but if you do a protest, actually, that there's constitutional laws that if the people that you're protesting against, if they feel as though harassed, okay, or over the top, all right, that it is a constitutional act that the protest, depending on what you're talking about, can be interrupted, okay? So, but I just thought that it was wrong that they had escorted those that young group out of uh I don't know, that was what out of the Capitol building and expelled. Okay, that they couldn't do that unless they were probably asked to leave, and then they refused to leave, something to that effect that they could be removed, but they didn't actually do anything, okay, that extreme to be asked to leave. But yes, a protest can be interrupted, all right? It just depends on, you know, on a case by case basis, depending on the circumstances or whatever I just told you about. Here, let me move up here a little bit. Because now this truck over here pulled up beside me with this dark tent made me feel uncomfortable. Okay. Um, it looks like from the article that I saw that I guess between the Republican-led Tennessee Congress, by the way, this young Tennessee three group were Democrats, uh, are going to perhaps try to work out a bipartisan deal to strengthen gun laws. For example, like there may be some background checks, okay, like the background checks may be a little bit more stringent in Tennessee. That's one of the red states right there, and they do take pride in their guns. In fact, Tennessee's got about 7.5 million people. They got more guns than they got people out there in Tennessee. All right, but I think that Klan mentality out there in Tennessee, that's done with. Particularly like if you're in Nashville or like in Memphis. All right, Memphis, man, it's just like a whole different part of like Tennessee. It's almost like St. Louis or Chicago, but particularly like Nashville, the state capital. It wasn't like it was like 10 years ago or 20 years ago when I used to come out there. when I was stationed in Georgia. It wasn't like that when my parents went to Tennessee State. Okay, my mother's from Tennessee, but it's a major city now. There's a lot of people that now have migrated up there from the Northeast, from Detroit, Chicago, and just recently, Nashville is about 2.5 million people, metro population. Okay, I'm saying the metro. All right, that city probably extends about 30 miles of freeways. You know, those wide freeways, houses, 30 to 50 miles, 40 miles, something like that. Okay, uh, all in the outskirts and everything. All right, when you go downtown, and this happens over the last 5 years, when I would go, all right, for my family reunion, which we have every October. Just when I went last year, and then when I went like 4 years ago, it's like nothing like it was, even just in recent times when I went. So uh, things are becoming more and more democratic. So I think that it's good that Republican-led Congress, consider more democratic factions a little more. All right, because again, things ain't like they used to be out there. All right, it's more of a progressive state and all that. And just so you know, they're building a new stadium for the Titans out there. I don't know if you heard that. Be ready in 2026. I'll be looking forward to that. I'm not a Titans fan, but I'm not a fan of anything, but I'll be looking forward to probably being around there, when they do those Tennessee State homecomings there. I didn't go, but my mom went. Anyway, okay, but here's what I want to say in closing. We need to be very, very careful about this thing becoming more political than what happened. Okay, all this stuff stems from that incident that happened at that Catholic school in Nashville. Okay, it's cool to go after the gun and strengthen gun laws, but the main thing, like I say, should be keying in on the incident itself. Okay, there were faculty members. Okay, that these are public servants and children dying. Okay, what they need to be is the main focus. Okay, it's cool to go after the guns, but simultaneously, I think that probably tougher penalties for doing these hate crimes or these mass shootings and so forth. That, particularly with children involved, that's what needs to be priority one. And I just think maybe, I don't know, the way that I'm just saying, the way if I was in charge, okay, like the Republicans and the Democrats should be working together. One should be working on the gun laws, which the Tennessee Three are doing, and then perhaps like the Republicans could be working on these tougher laws or whatever about running these schools, shooting up kids and all that other stuff. Tougher, uh, how can I say? Tougher provisions. So I think people will think twice before going up here doing these type of these heinous crimes and all that. Okay, I guarantee you that people would think twice about it. Okay, but that's what should be, like I say, our children should be the most protected group. Okay, and that's all I want to say about that. All right, but hopefully in the end, it's not just so staunch where after the incident then they go after the gun laws. Okay, that this is not a political thing, and then at the end of the day, the families are left out because you have to look at those children that they had parents, the faculty members, they probably had spouses, children of their own. You know what I'm saying? Siblings, mothers and fathers. Okay, they were mothers and fathers. They had mothers and fathers. Okay, so let's consider that as well, just like we do the gun laws and so forth or whatever. Okay, and that type of thing. All right, that's what we need to focus on as well. All right, so that's my take on the Tennessee Three and then the gun laws. And thank you for your time, and stay tuned for the next video.